How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rowlett, and welcome back to another episode of my Pokemon region. And we are back with episode number 5 of our series, and it's been a few days now since I uploaded. It's been about 4 to 5 days since the last episode, but we are back at it again, ladies and gentlemen. And today we're going to be taking a look at our first ever gameplay try of our actual region. So one of our viewers and one of the most amazing people ever decided to create a playable RPG Maker version of our quote-unquote region and made it into a game. Now, it's not playable fully yet. We only have one area completed so far, and that area is not even fully completed yet, but we have ourselves gameplay of the first village. So your hometown is now actually going to be playable, and I do have a playable version for myself that is not really going to work too much. You can just walk around the first city, you can't even enter the houses, there's not much to see, except we're just going to look at it for artistic value. Either way, today in this episode, we're going to be taking a look at this gameplay, as well as our Pokédex, and see what's updated there, and look through what Pokemon we have in our Pokédex right now. So that's about it for this introduction, ladies and gentlemen. Now all I can say is let's get right into this first ever gameplay. Okie dokie, ladies and gentlemen, so here we have ourselves the gameplay part of this video, and now as you can see, we actually have a playable version of our actual game. Now, there are a few things missing. For example, you are unable to enter the houses at the moment. If we walk around here, you guys can see what I mean, but you can't enter the houses yet, and there is no other way to lead us to the next route. The next route will be up this path, though. This is where you're going to be able to walk in the next version, but essentially, we have ourselves a playable version of our region. So this is the Rowlett region. Now, as you guys remember, I did have a little boy down here who you're going to talk to, who is going to later on become a very influential character in our region, but for now, he's just a untouchable and untalkable character. We can't really say or do anything with him. He just stands there. But if you actually look around, we do have the water down here, as you guys remember from the first route. If you haven't watched the first episode, do go check it out. It does explain a lot of these things. But either way, down here we have ourselves the professor's lab, which is yet not enterable. And then we go a bit further up, we do have ourselves another house here, which is going to be our friend's house, or our quote-unquote rival's house. And then, of course, over here we have ourselves our own house, which is our own home. So, as you can see, the game just looks beautiful at the moment. The sprite sheet that the Light Sword, by the way, who created this playable version, is using is a perfect and really good-looking sprite sheet that I just love. Now, the only things that are missing is the creation of the next few routes, and also the creation of the Pokemon added to the game. So, that's essentially what we have ourselves. Now, if we do talk to this character, I think the character does say something, because I think Light Sword made the character say something. So, hey, hello, Rowlett. Let's see if we talk to the character again. Sorry, I haven't changed the overworld sprites to Gen 4 style yet. Don't worry about it, Light Sword. You really are amazing for even doing this. You'll have to deal with it at the moment. That's fine. Here's a gift from me. Received running shoes. You can't go inside houses yet. Sup. That's cool. So the Light Sword has created like that simple little event right there, and there'll be more things, like for example the Pokemon are being added at the moment, but it's taking a bit of time, and I'm going to help the Light Sword. I'm going to be creating the rest of the maps following the next few. So currently all the created maps, for example Route 1, Route 2, and the first city are going to be created by the Light Sword. Everything after that, I'm going to be doing an RPG Maker myself, but I'm going to have to learn it first. It's going to take me a bit of time to learn that, guys, so I hope you're fine with just seeing a bit of gameplay of the already created routes, but remade to work with what we have right here. If you're fine with that, guys, then let me know, because in the next episode, we're going to have a playable version where we're going to be able to actually catch the first few Pokemon in the forest that you guys remember from the second episode. But either way, that's going to be it for the gameplay part, guys. I do hope you like it. As you can see, there's water over here. It does look really beautiful, though. I gotta say, it really does look so beautiful, and I goddamn love it. But like I said, though, next time we're gonna have a few updated things happening, and I hope you guys are ready for that. But that's going to be it for this part of the video. Now let's continue over to the next part of this actual video, lads. So that was it for the gameplay, everybody, and I hope you did enjoy that. Now, do give a huge thanks to the Light Sword who created this. His link will be down in the description if you want to go and check out his DeviantArt. There's a lot of artwork there you guys can check out that he's created. Do check him out, though. Give him a huge thank you, because the Light Sword has been able to help me create this for you guys, or he essentially made this, and eventually he'll teach me how to do this so I can do more of these freaking gameplay parts for you guys in the future. Now, do remember, this won't be playable or given out to you guys in any time in the near future. That is, like, really far into the obscurity of the future that we'll actually see this, guys. Don't expect this to be out tomorrow or in a month or in a year. This will take a long time to actually make playable, and only through the help of his I'm able to actually do this. But also do check out the people who made the tile sets that he's using in this gameplay. If you guys want to check out the tiles, the people who created these tiles, do check them out. The houses and whatnot, they're created by different people who allow these things to be used by their things essentially to be used in other people's projects. So do check them out. All the links will be down in the description. But that's it for that part now, guys. Let's talk about the Pokédex. Now, as you guys may know, in the last episode we took a look at our Pokédex and I showed you guys that we have quite a few Pokemon and we're going to be choosing the names for them. Now the thing is, there's so many names you guys suggested, and I'm going to be probably in the next episode featuring the full Pokédex, but today I thought we'd more take a look at some more of the actual Pokemon we have ourselves that we're essentially going to add into the game. Now the first one we have here is called Ordrika, and this thing is essentially our Pika clone, or Pikachu clone in our region, and this thing was created by Abdullah Z. Kiam. Now, this guy actually made this design, and then who made the sprite work for this thing was actually the Light Sword again. The Light Sword really did a really good job here recreating it. Now, he made it originally, and then he just reworked it a bit and sent me a new version, so give a huge shout out to him. Now, the typing of this thing is actually going to be Psychic and Electric. Now, I don't know how that's going to work well together, but that's essentially what he went for and what he thought would be a good thing to go with. Now, this is one of the Pokemon I'm going to feature today, and I don't think I'll be going into too depth into other Pokemon, as we don't have too many others to add in, but there are going to be more in the future, guys. Don't worry about that. We're going to have so many more Pokemon to add into this region, and if you guys want to submit your own things, there's going to be a link down in the description. At the top of the description, we're going to have a link to a website where you guys can submit, or essentially a form where you guys can submit your artwork. Now, you can also submit fan art if you just want to support the channel for fun and just make some fan art of Rowlett or something like that. You can submit that down there as well, but please go to the link down there. Please don't email me about, you know, artworks and whatnot. Just go to that link, because that's the best way for me to look through what you guys have created. So go to that link. It's a form where you guys can essentially write down, like, oh, what the names of the Pokemon you created are, or for example, what do you think they should be called, or what typing they are, and basically all these things, and also leave a link to the actual images and whatnot. So essentially, this is the best way for you guys to submit things to me. There's, like I said, top of the description, there's a link. It's a bit.ly or bit.ly link. Go to that, guys, and you can essentially submit whatever you want, as long as it's artwork and whatnot. You can submit it down there, but that's essentially where you go for those things, guys. In the comment section, you can leave suggestions, so please, in the comments, if you have any suggestions for the region, please leave them. But do remember this, guys, I gotta point this out. We're making a region, we're not making a game, so suggesting anything like the Elite Four and all these things, please don't do those sort of things, because that is way too far into the future to be thinking about right now. What I want to focus on is each individual episode. So for example, in the next episode, we're going to be talking about the next route and showing you a bit of gameplay of that, and then we're going to be showing gameplay of the next city, and then the episode after that, we're going to talk about Sweden and our little city in Sweden, and then we're going to do the Netherlands, Denmark, Portugal, and all these countries, you know, basically the whole of Europe. So please pay attention. Only Europe. I have to point this out because a lot of people keep asking me. If I say Europe, that means every country that's in Europe, excluding countries down towards the Middle East. Something like Turkey won't be included, unfortunately. I don't think I will, because it's just adding on top more things to do, and it'll just be too much at that point, extending it down towards that area of the world. I think we'll just keep it to the actual countries within the European area. So things like all the way down to Cyprus, and all the way to Greece, and all the way to, you know, up to Finland and Iceland as well. So all these countries will be included. So it's just Europe. So there won't be anything like Asia, you know, India won't be included. Somebody asked about India. We won't be including Australia or the US or South America or any of these areas, or Africa. No, they would not be included. Only the main parts of Europe, so about like the general part of Europe, will be included in this series. And I hope you guys understand that. Don't get pissed off if I don't include the parts that you guys want to have, but that's what we're going to be settling on, because otherwise the project will be too big. We already have a very hard task on our hands, guys, so I don't want to extend that and make it even bigger and even more confusing. It's already hard enough to make this region just as it is, because we're making it so big, so I don't want to extend it too far and make it too hard to create. But that's basically our basic idea, guys. I hope you're okay with that, and I would love to know what do you guys think about that. But either way, the last thing I want to talk about in this video, because this is going to be a shorter episode, I want to ask you guys one thing. I want you to vote. Now, up in the top right corner, you guys can vote. Now, what I want you all to vote for is actually this. What do you guys think would be some cool forms to have in our region? Because I think we're going to limit the amount of Fakemon we have to about 50 or so. So about 50 Fakemon. But I want to know, what do you guys think would be some cool, like, actual forms to do. So you know a lot of forms exist, but I thought we could have our own forms. So the two forms you guys can vote between are Rowlett Forms and Shadow Forms. Now, Rowlett Forms would be something like this. For example, let's say you have a Lapras. What we do is we maybe make that Lapras into a fire type instead of water type, or maybe, you know, we have a grass type, we turn the grass type into a psychic type, so it's just like Alola forms, but we'll do it slightly different. But that's basically the Rowlett forms. Now the Shadow forms are essentially just turning the Pokemon into shadow forms of themselves. So, you know, you have Lugia and then you have Shadow Lugia, and we'll be doing shadow forms for all our Pokemon. So kind of similar to the Delta species, but not just like that, like slightly different, of course. But I want you guys to vote for that. Which one would you like to see, guys? I'd love to know. Please tell me down there. But that's going to be it for that part of this video, guys. And I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm going to be showing you some submissions that you guys sent in on the screen right now, and I thank you all for sending in your fan art and all these creations. Do remember that just because you send something in, it doesn't mean that it will be featured. I got a lot of submissions on my email previously, so I wasn't able to look through all of it. I tried to look through every single email, but it was so many. It was almost impossible. So I hope you guys understand that. But now, like I said, you can go down to the description. There's a link on the top. Go to that link and you can submit your own artwork through there. Either way, my name has been Rowlett. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, then smash the like button below, and I will catch you all the next time. Bye bye, Pokemon trainers.